Oh my gosh, best buds. I know this might look crazy, but I don't know where to get the mask. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go outside. And unfortunately, we have not got our PPE yet from Instacart. So, I mean, I went on to the Carrot store, tried to order mine, and it wasn't no PPE available. So, I'm still on the waiting list for that. And so, after they made that announcement yesterday, this is how I went outside today. I mean, when I went outside like this, I'm going to tell you something. Couple things ran through my mind. First of all, I'm going to take this off so you can see me. But when I went outside like this, right? Couple things. Number one, it made me feel like we was already being like prompted for this through fashion. Like how many people, I mean, personally or have seen someone rock these mask looking things like as fashion. And now when you go outside, because you have people making these makeshift face masks like me, they're looking like they're rocking the fashion that we've been prompted to like about like what 2 years ago when this guy Teo, I remember like Teo and Ao or Teo and Ao, whoever the little dancing kids, I remember them wearing the mask first. Like that's crazy, right? Now, why I got the balls to just make this is because I seen other people making theirs with scarves, and I'm like, you know what? At least this is gonna keep the particles out of my face, if not anything. Okay. All right. So the next thing that went through my head was I felt like I was already in the book of Enoch or something. Like I already felt like I was in the days apocalyptic like times. That's how I felt. Even though I was listening to like 92Q and shit, like trust me, I felt apocalyptic today when I went outside. So those are two things. And then you want to know something funny? So I'm dressed like this. I have this scarf on. And even in the apocalypse, ladies are insecure. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie. People are insecure in the apocalypse. Let me tell you what. So I'm going through the store, the supermarket. I mean, my eyes might look cute today. I don't know. My eyes might have looked cute, but or it could have been that. Well, actually, okay. So let me tell you what happened. So I'm going through the supermarket, and I got this like tied around, and I got like my coat on, my jacket, and I'm like walking, and then I don't know why, but like some reason it just seemed like when somebody look at you or you look at somebody, it's like magnetic sometimes. I don't know what that's all about, but I'm like walking to the front of the store, and it was like a white girl and a black guy. He looked like he was like Haitian or some shit. But he was like, oh, it was just like a glance for me. I just glanced for some reason. I don't know what made me glance, but it's probably the same reason why when me personally, I look at someone that's not looking at me and then they wind up glancing. It's like some type of energetic thing. I don't know. But yeah, that's what happened. It was just a glance for me and I kept walking. But he must have been still looking and she caught it and she was like, oh, do you want that? Do you want that instead or something? And I'm just like, I just kept thinking about that all day long. Like, it bothered me, and the first thing I wanted to be like was jump on her in my mind because she was white and she was like dating a guy. Like, first of all, bitch, of course he's gonna want me. I mean, not to say me per se, but like someone like me, like a black girl. Like, why would you even feel offended. But I feel like this. I've also been that girl too. So I can't say like it's a white black thing because it wasn't like she was like, oh, you want that black bitch or something like that. So I feel like know who you with overall, regardless of what color you are. Know who the you with, because it is like you can make yourself look stupid by trying to make you yourself look better by putting down somebody that really don't even give a hell about your man. Your man probably just got eyes for everybody in the store. And if you with that type of man, I feel like you should know that and not take it out on calling me a that. You know what I'm saying? Because that stuck with me all day. And I'm like, little do she know if she wanted to be like, I mean, if she asked me if like it would have spilled over here, I'm like, first of all, make sure that I'm available. You feel me? Make sure that I'm available before you ask him if he want that. But I could have just shut it all down for her, but I just was like, I'm going to keep going this way and let her and her thing go that way. They was in the store for like a hot 10 minutes and it's like a superstore warehouse. So anyway, I was just like, that was funny. But yeah, so I feel like if you are a person that's a looker, maybe you can see a lot more through the eyes of the windows of the souls out here, because you got some people that won't even look at you because they got to look at you in your eyes, and they just not used to that out here. You know, it's 2020. They used to lying and demising and all of that. They trying to demise you, trying to disguise you. Happy 420. Happy 420. I feel like today has been tremendously downplayed because of the coronavirus. I mean, even though it's not a holiday where it's like on the calendar, all across the world, just like Jesus, people know about 420. And today, 420, if not only discussed at the dispensaries and maybe at some potheads' homes, I did not see any type of acknowledgement on social media, on anyone's pages. Only acknowledgement that I saw that it was 420, which is an exact date a month away from my birthday, which is 520, is the text messages that I get from the dispensaries every morning telling me what's on sale. That's it. You guys are whack. How could you forget about 420 on, even though we're in the corona days, like we're in the COVID-19 days, I still feel like you should remember what's important. And that is one of the essential stores that are open today overall in any store is the dispensary. So I feel like along with this stupid Easter, 420 should get some recognition because it's essential in the COVID, especially because it's essential in the COVID days. In the quarantine days, dispensaries are open. They're offering curbside delivery, and some are even letting you in with social distancing being practiced. Isn't that great? It is. It is very, 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 very great. I really feel like we should do something about this. So what I'm going to do is give a little pause because I feel like when I start to record, things get a little crazy in the house. So I'm going to walk away really fast, okay? I would let you guys see my cats, but they are like scattered out. So you just look at where I used to sit until I get back, okay? So hold my spot. See, I feel like when I went upstairs, something happened trying to demise me. Trying to disguise me. Trying to demise me, okay? Guys, do not fret about my winter body. If I'm not complaining, y'all don't either. Okay? Now, I'm back. And I'm gonna roll up with y'all today as we talk about some of these things that's been going on out here. Okay? Another thing is that my hair finally stopped holding up. I mean, it's still flat, still laying there. And if I take it out of this ponytail, it's still I can still do some things with it. But it's just not in a shape of wearing out anymore. Absolutely not. So I've been rocking this hat, Yeah, I've been rocking the hat. But for the remainder of this video, I'm going to put my hair back in a ponytail, like so, like you saw me. And I'm going to go ahead and put my cap back on so I can look a little, presentable. And don't worry about my stomach, okay? Because I'm in the house and I'm chilling. And that's how we doing it. So, anyway, we gonna roll up. And what I got is some Sour Bobby, okay? Sour Bobby is awesome, guys. You would think after now I would have some type of setup. I do actually. It's just in the basement. And I don't feel like doing all that. Guys, the day that when I made that video about the seniors and stuff, I want to let you know I was a little upset, but in the same token, I meant that. I meant that shit. I meant it. I can see when I went into the store, the line was wrapped. It was so wrapped. And it was wrapped all the way in places that it shouldn't have been. So I'm sitting here trying to get my deli order. The line is by the deli. You don't know how the store is, but just imagine that a line of the store is wrapped around the whole perimeter of the inside of the store. Okay, just imagine that. Shit is bananas. So there's this older guy that's his elderly. There's a senior. There's the word I'm gonna use. The senior is there, and he's 70 something, white haired, frail looking. And I'm sitting up there trying to use one hand to grab the slippery packs of lunch meat that's on the top of the counter, and without going near him or near the people or whatever. And I grabbed one, and for some reason his hand is just fumbling, and next thing you know, the salami hit the ground, or whatever, liverwurst, whatever they ordered that time, hit the ground. And I'm like, oh shit, I couldn't even walk away smoothly. And this guy, this 76-year-old cutie little wrinkled little cute man, bends over before I could and picks up the salami and gives it back. And I'm like, oh my God, that was so cute. I could not help, within the rage of me wanting them to stay in the house, be like, oh. So again, my theory of them feeling like they still have a leg in this world and a reason to be, a reason to exist, definitely is important to them at this time. If you have a senior neighbor, friend, loved one, whatever, you live with one, try to give them some important roles, something else to do that'll take their mind off of going outside. I mean, they are not staying home. Even today, they were out there, some with the makeshift mask, some with real masks, and some with nothing. Just still out there, you know what? Whatever. I'm not listening, and that's how they are. So I feel like personally, if you want, personally, before things get too bad and people are like, you gotta be in the house, I'm gonna shoot a hole in your chest. Start doing what we can while we still got the freedom to. And I say that to say, get your lazy ass out the bed. Stop fucking all day. And help someone. I mean, stop being selfish. I'm trying to get this angle here. So I can stop being selfish. What am I gonna do? I got some sour Bobby. I've been like on that all day. I'm not even gonna lie. Between that and garlic cookies, those are my favorite cookies. The garlic cookies are the favorite. And I'm loving it. They like make me so high. I gotta put it out like halfway. Not even gonna lie to you. I'm not. So yesterday, what was so strikingly striking to me was that I don't know if you watched my other videos, but couple of video, I think the video before last, I was talking about the 5G and shit and the Verizon and what I saw on Indeed back in January. Okay. Well, yesterday when I was making a delivery, I seen the weirdest shit. And it was a Verizon truck sitting in like the driveway of an elementary school. And I'm just like looking at it. It wasn't doing anything. Like it was just sitting there. And it was like around 3 o'clock. It was just sitting there. And I'm like, what is going on? So I went to drop my delivery off and rolled past and it was still sitting there. So I'm like, what is it waiting? Like, now when I seen that, okay, I had got online and I was tuning into some YouTube and there's the guy Young Pharaoh. You gotta go check him out. I've been following him for a couple of years, like since his dreads have been short. But Young Pharaoh was talking about how someone was saying that um 5G was causing an outbreak to spread and get worse and all this and that. But he was saying it was not actually the 5G that was causing the virus to spread, and he kind of went in to break it down on how the 5G is affecting the coronavirus through nanotechnology or micro nano organisms or some sort of thing like that. But my thing is scratch all of the information that he know because I'm just an observer. I'm not like a researcher. I don't have any private information or whatever. I'm just a regular person that observes my surroundings. That's it. And I put two and two together and I feel like innately God has blessed me with like common sense and just putting things together. So, um, what he said was they were putting these things like around elementary schools. Elementary schools? Isn't that where I seen the Verizon truck? At an elementary school? And then today I was like watching something else and it was saying like these parents were ganging up on and at some elementary school because they were putting 5G towers up at the schools, right? And then when they basically got answers about it, it was like, oh, this is a 4G tower. But the parents, for some reason, the staff, the people at the school, they did not go for like they were not believing that it was 4G. So I don't know what the heck is going on with this 5G sneaky crap that they're trying to pull in over us. But for some reason, I feel like regardless if we're not using the wording to describe how these two things are connected, they are connected in some way. One thing makes the other worse. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like right now, unless you want to be walked into whatever agenda is waiting for us at the other end of this, I feel like you should start kind of taking action. You know, that this is not the time how we watch a lot of things happen as humans in the world and we just got on social media and talked about it. I feel like now is the time to kind of take action. And I feel like whether you want to or not, with things that are to come in the future, the near and the future, will make you act out. If you, especially if you are not prepared or if you don't have, a little bit of knowledge, of ground knowledge of what could be going on or why these things are taking place, and especially with the restrictions. I feel like people that are restricted are even more going to be the ones acting out because they're not used to living in certain situations. They just used to, they're privileged. So, when it comes to like just certain shit, they not going for that. They too privileged. Like, it was a guy that was just arrested for having like 30 like a party with 30 people or something like that at his house. So these people ain't trying to go for, us just them just nicely telling, and I'm pretty sure they know. And then the confusion, like, this thing is supposed to be deadly. You want us to stay in, but you telling us we can come out and exercise and stuff like that, which I feel like that's a contradictory. Like, it's confusing. So people can basically go to the basketball courts and the tennis courts and the parks and just say they're exercising, or just be out there, just to be out there. And then when they get caught, they could say they're exercising. What does exercising look like? What does exercising, I mean, it does not have a, like with all the new ways to exercise, you could be outside for, having sex for all we know and just be like, oh, I'm exercising. I mean, come on now. There's confusion. I just feel like stay in the house. Stay in the house. Come out to get, you probably don't even really need gas, but I feel like now is the best time to get gas. Maybe stock up on gas, but if you're not going nowhere, you really don't need gas. Stock up on the gas. Get some gas and put it in storage and get the food you need. And if you're not getting any other things like to help you stay in the house, stay home. Use the services that's out there. I mean, today we wind up ordering from Olive Garden, and Olive Garden has like this awesome freaking sale going on. I'm not even gonna lie. We could feed like 6 people in here for 40 freaking bucks. They have the buy one, take one home, where you get one pasta and then you take one home. There's a catch though. I'm not even the catch. The catch is there. So they give you the breadsticks, you get a soup or a salad, and you get a pasta and you take one home for each salad that you buy. I mean, for each pasta that you order. So I feel like that is so good. I mean, we still have pasta left over. I'm not like one pasta dish, and I was like earlier for lunch. I'm still full tonight, and I don't think I'm gonna eat anymore. But Olive Garden, they did us good. They did us right. They did us very well. They had the curbside delivery. I've never been that lazy to use curbside for any store. So having someone like bring out everything from the dispensaries, from the restaurants, everything is just kind of crazy. But like, I just want to go, but you got to wait for everything now. So, I mean, I feel like that's also good too, because who was next to me in the car at Olive Garden but a white haired couple? I'm like, oh my gosh, they're everywhere. Like, I feel like they're out even more than they were before. Before, I didn't see this many, not in where I lived at. It was way more young people. Like, it was. And now it's just like, So, yeah, with Verizon doing whatever they're doing, and I don't know if they're the freaking employees are like, they know about what's going on. I'm pretty sure, like, if you're doing anything wrong right now and you don't know, it's like ordered from a higher up, like in your body as a human, you freaking know something not right. You know when something fishy, like, and that's probably why they ordered us for, like, oh, you can get it if you talk to people. They don't even want us really talking out this mother. Like, they don't even want us talking to each other. They don't want us exchange no information out this. And Americans already walk around with like this freaking silver spoon up their life. Like, they just think that they're so like prejudiced and stereotypical towards each other that, I mean, anything or just make one group of people not talk to another group of people. And now you're literally saying don't talk to each other. Gosh, we're gonna be like texting, like sitting up there texting each other in the same room, or like writing notes and stuff, like just to talk to someone, a stranger that's outside. This is crazy. Not even the most social places like dispensaries where everyone was happy, in churches, like not even those places can bring people together anymore. Like I said, today was like the most humblest 420 I've ever witnessed in life. I freaking remember one 420. Oh my God. I wish I remember more of this 420. But from what I remember, okay, I'm gonna try to tell y'all the story. So I was a teenager. Let me see, how old was I? I was probably like 16, and I was with my neighbor. That was like my old best friend. We used to do like a lot of shit together. So it was me, my neighbor, and probably like another friend, I believe. And we had met these, they was like African or Haitian dudes or whatever, right? So the first time we met them, I think we chilled with them like twice. But I know the second time we chilled with them was 420. So they came to pick us up, and I remember it just being me. I think it was maybe two of us, me and my homegirl, and then it was like maybe like three of them, or two, and they was like, we gotta go pick up our homeboy or whatever. He's still at work, so we gotta pick up our homeboy. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. So we ride. I don't even know where we was at. Like, that's the crazy thing. We rode somewhere, and we get into like this big old parking lot. Okay, this parking lot was huge, and I mean these guys. I don't know what, like, I don't know. I cannot say, like, it was like a dream to me. And normally I have more concrete information. But we was in a parking lot, and wherever we were, there were little people. It was so many little people and bikers in this parking lot that I feel like if we were enemies, we could have died that night. Because we were surrounded. Like, these people, like, I always wonder, where do the little people go? Where do they live? Where do they shop? Where do they eat? I mean, you never see them. You never really see them. But when you do, you see them. They got their clothes that fit them to the T, the shoes. Nothing is out of shape. Like, everything is custom. Where the hell are they going to the South Pole? Is it like a helicopter coming down to pick them up and take them somewhere and then drop them back off in this little community or world that we don't know about? Where the hell are these people? I don't know. I used to see them like sometimes at the like, when I think I was pregnant and I was going to like this big hospital, and like going into the hospital, you would see some, and then there's like a guitar center, you see like a couple of them up there, but they're never like outside, like just chilling or just somewhere in common areas. So that's one thing. Like, and here this night on 420, we just see like all of, oh, were they leprechauns? Oh my God. What if they was leprechauns? What if they was like little weed leprechauns, and we saw like all of them, but they were with bikers. So what the hell? What relationship do bikers and little people have? I don't know, but they were all together, trust me. So let me get on with the story. So we pull up to the parking lot. I'm not sure how many times these little people and these bikers see this car with these African or uh I don't know if that they was like Haitian or something with these African or Haitian guys like pulling up to pick their friend up. But one of them got out, right? And the freaking little man opens the back door with me and my friend. And he's like, I'm like, oh my God, you're so cute. And I'm like, I think I had a little bit of drink. And they was loving it. They was loving us, like saying they were so cute. And he was like offering us pot. And I was definitely not going to smoke his little joint. I don't even smoke those little roll white boy thing, papery things. Like I hate all the ashes blowing around. They blow on your clothes and then you smash them and then your clothes got ashes. I hate that shit. It's like smoking a put together cigarette. Like, so I was not. I'm like, no, I'll decline. So the one was like Italian and he had like the Italian flag on his muscle on his arm. And he was like, meaty ball. And I was like, oh, he's so cute. I mean, they were friendly. So friendly that the guy, like, once he came, he was like, all right, y'all, we're about to go. They was not mean at all. And I'm pretty sure they probably could have got it popping if shit did get, out of hand. But it didn't. And we left. And I just will never, ever, 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 ever forget that. Because I'm like, trust me, if I was by myself, I would have freaking stayed and just hung out. I mean, it probably just would have been a pointless stay. I probably would have never still figured out where the hell they really live. I don't know, but I had to follow them or something. I don't know. Do they tell their secrets? That's something I'm still on the mission to find out. I remember when I worked at the mall, though, like the lady from The Greatest Race, The Amazing Race, she used to come in the mall and go in Hollister. So I'm like, what? Do Hollister make little people clothes or special clothes or some shit? I just never, ever, ever, ever knew that. But now that I think back, like all of those people, all of those little people in the parking lot, I mean, they was drinking beers and hanging with bikers, riding bikes, and maybe they were like on the side of those little of their bicycles, like they had the little buggy thing on the side of the motorcycle, and then the biker got on top of the motorcycle and hey, get oh okay. I thought he was scratching my freaking couch, and the little person gets in the buggy however that works, but they was just all together on 420. And I'm like, maybe these little people are leprechauns, like weed. And actually the 4-leaf clover is the freaking marijuana plant, because it is a 3-leaf clover before it is a 4, right? The 4-leaf clover is the lucky clover. So maybe where you find like 4 leaves on a marijuana plant, that's the lucky marijuana. I don't know, maybe there's a marijuana we don't know about. Mm. Now we're getting somewhere. Maybe there's a 4-leaf strand that we don't know about. So let me tell y'all what I did with my blunt tonight. It's called Sour Bobby. And this blunt is another beef and broccoli. Okay? I think I told y'all about beef and broccoli earlier, like in my other videos. As far as weight loss goes, guys, I'm not gonna allow myself to get like so big, but right now I feel like I can't stay away from the kitchen. I can't stay away from snacking on shit, the refrigerator, like the oven. Oh my gosh. Like today, I went and got some ice cream and a Pop Tart, and then I remembered I had Oreos, and I'm like, now I'm eating this snack. Like, I can't wait 2 hours to eat some freaking Oreos and milk, so I ate it all together. Like, that is the crazy. Who's having problems with that? Like, just overeating. Hey, chaos, Cupid, stop it. It's just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, looks like I'm running over. I hope you enjoyed this. This blunt good too. I don't want to sit up here and ruin it, coughing, scar my throat up talking to y'all because I'm a smoker that don't talk. Like, I talk afterwards. I hate talking and smoking. My blunt will burn. So you saw me puff a little bit. But these stories that I just shared with you on here will help you get through your blunt. So you go ahead, roll up a couple of them. I think it's like a couple of minutes on here. Go ahead, get through your blunt. Enjoy the stories. Stay safe and healthy. Make sure you help your older neighbors, babies. Help them. Just say a prayer, ask for protection, and go out there, you know. I'm pretty sure you'll be blessed. All right, best buds. Until next time, I love you. Over and out. And if you can, put one in the air for your girl.